Have you ever wondered how hurricanes form? These massive storms, some of the most powerful on Earth, begin over warm ocean waters. A hurricane needs specific conditions to develop. It starts with water at least 80 degrees Celsius, which heats the air above it. As this warm, moist air rises, it cools, forming clouds and releasing heat. This process repeats, fueling the storm's growth. The Earth's rotation causes the rising air to spin, creating the hurricane's iconic swirl. As the storm intensifies, it progresses from a tropical depression to a tropical storm, and finally to a hurricane when winds reach 74 mph. At its core is the calm eye, surrounded by the violent eye wall, where the strongest winds and heaviest rains occur. Hurricanes are classified into 5 categories based on wind speed, with Category 5 being the most severe. These storms can cause catastrophic damage, but as they move over land or colder waters, they lose their fuel source and begin to weaken. Hurricanes have been swirling through the oceans for as long as anyone can remember, and they've left their mark on history in ways we can still see today. From ancient legends to modern-day tracking systems, these mighty storms have captured both fear and fascination for centuries. Before meteorologists could give these storms names, ancient civilizations experienced them firsthand and wove tales around their powerful, destructive force. The word hurricane itself comes from the Taino people, an indigenous group from the Caribbean. They called the storm Huracan, after a god of wind, storm, and fire. In many cultures, hurricanes were believed to be expressions of the god's wrath or signs of divine punishment. They're terrifying winds and rains beyond human control. Early explorers like Christopher Columbus also encountered these fierce storms. In fact, Columbus wrote about a great storm in 1495 that destroyed his fleet off the coast of Hispaniola, making it one of the earliest recorded encounters with a hurricane. Back then, there was no way to predict or escape these storms. They simply appeared on the horizon and unleashed their fury. But as time went on, people started to learn more about these storms, and science began to replace myth. In the 18th and 19th centuries, scientists started to take a closer look at hurricanes. One of the earliest breakthroughs came from British mariner William Dampier, who, in the 1700s, suggested that these storms were caused by shifting wind patterns. By the 1800s, meteorologists like William Redfield and John P. Espy began to analyze how these storms spun and moved, laying the groundwork for modern hurricane tracking. The ability to predict hurricanes didn't truly take shape until the early 20th century, though. With advancements in technology like satellite imagery and early warning systems, scientists could finally give people a heads up before the storm hit. That's something our ancestors could only dream of. But while we've gotten better at predicting hurricanes, that doesn't stop them from being devastating. Throughout history, there have been some truly catastrophic hurricanes, storms so powerful they've reshaped entire cities and changed the course of history.